And the Golden Globe goes to Cate Blanchett.
And the BAFTA goes to Cate Blanchett.
It's been an incredible season for you award-wise. I mean, you must be just in a little whirlwind at the moment.
I am. I'm ridiculously happy. I mean, you don't do these things to arrive at this place, but if you arrive here, and it's been such an extraordinary year for film and for, as always, for roles for women. Yeah, I'm very chuffed.
There's a little bit more pressure, I think, this time because you're coming in as a favourite with this award season, and also Australia is always like waving the flag, going, "But is Cate going to win?"
But that's lovely. I mean, Woody Allen has an inherent following, and so there's always going to be people going to see his film. But the fact that Blue Jasmine stayed in cinemas for so long and people have gone back to see it a couple of times, I mean, that's you often don't know whether people have seen it. You look at the numbers, but that's abstract. You don't know whether people have engaged with the film, and the fact that they have is really fabulous.
I was just wondering, back when you were studying drama and when you were imagining yourself as an actress full-time, did you imagine this at all?
No, definitely not. I didn't think I was that girl, really, to be honest. I mean, I went to the National Institute, to NIDA, and it's ostensibly, and rightly so, a theatre school. And I'm grateful that was my stomping ground, because I think that it gave me a sense of aspiring to have a long career, to even sense or sniff what longevity might be. It means you don't panic, it means you sort of choose things that you're really passionate about, and I've been lucky enough to do that.
Time to put a team together and do our best to protect buildings, bridges, and art before the Nazis destroy everything.
Well, this movie, The Monuments Men, is very much a George Clooney project, directed, wrote, starring in, and he told me that he wanted you in the role and he flew down to Sydney for one night to see you. I was thinking, you must drive a hard bargain to make George fly all that way.
No, he came to see Gross and Klein, which is a show we were putting on at the Sydney Theatre. And he began talking about it, and as soon as he began talking about it, before I even read the script, he's such a great raconteur. And I'd studied art history, and I thought I knew a lot about the Second World War, but it was a pocket. I didn't know how systematic and widespread the looting and the almost near destruction of all of those works was. And then that these guys were shot down, flown into behind enemy lines with no military experience at all, to have to negotiate with the generals to try and save the works. I thought this is a really great story to tell on film.
And let's talk a little bit about your character. She is, I guess, based on a real character, is this correct? She really helped save these works, didn't she?
A lot of what happens in the film, most of what happens in the film actually was documented and happened. But Rozsival was a minor curator at the Jeu de Paume, which is connected to the Louvre, and which was basically a shopping mall for Goebbels. He would come and Goering, and he would come and choose what he wanted, and the rest was shipped off to be put into Hitler's planned museum in Linz. And she recorded the provenance and where the works were going to. And fortunately she did, and was accused of being a double agent in the process, because otherwise the works would have been destroyed and not recovered.
How's your French?
Look, I've got schoolgirl French. I can understand more than I can say. But one of some of my favourite scenes is when Matt's character Granger, who thinks he's incredibly fluent in French, murders the language. It's very funny.
J'espérais avoir une chance de vous parler d'art. L'art dérobé.
Je sais qui vous êtes.
Alors, vous avez que j'aimerais à dire.
J'en sais rien. And you stop speaking in French, whatever language you're speaking.
Well, if it weren't for us, you'd be speaking German.
No. If it wasn't for you, I might be dead. But I would still be speaking French.
Because this is a very dressed down. You're very sort of plain, and this is a very sort of different role,
sensible shoes, and well, if you look at the real woman, it's a movie, but you want to kind of get close to the spirit of the person, And it was important, I think, that like the Monuments Men, that she was really an unsuspecting, heroine least likely. She was an ordinary woman who you wouldn't look twice at in the bread shop, but yet she did this remarkable thing.
Yeah. I mean, you always hear about George Clooney sets as being a lot of fun. I mean, even though it's a serious film. Is that true? What is he like as a director?
It's incredibly fun.
Yeah.
I mean, and I think that the buoyancy, which he just has naturally, I mean, because it's quite a heavy, weighty subject, but it has that kind of heist movie quality whilst dealing with a really serious subject. But on set, he's incredibly well prepared. I mean, he didn't have a spare minute because it's a massive film.
Yeah.
And, you know, he played a few pranks on Matt, but I escaped.
Stay out of that.
I escaped.
I know your work is finished with the Sydney Theatre Company. Has that freed you up more to concentrate on film? But I mean, also you've got 3 growing boys. So, what are the choices for you now? Is it much more that you want to make more movies?
I don't know. I mean, I had the most creative 5.5 years of my life working with all the people at the Sydney Theatre Company alongside Andrew. And in fact, will always be engaged with them. Our production of The Maids we're taking to New York later this year to the Lincoln Center Festival where we took Vanya. And I'll come back and work with them again because it's the best theatre company around. And,
of course it
you
is.
know, it's a great bunch of people. But no, I haven't been making, as a result. I mean, you can't do everything, and I made that decision happily. But having finished, you know, with the office part of the job, it does free me up. But and there's a lot of wonderful projects out there.